Hello everyone, welcome to our first Octaves event for Campus Tour in Minecraft. Thank you guys for coming and joining me and Rainier today. Can you guys hear me? You can comment in the chat if you hear me okay or if you cannot hear me. I need to pause it to see YouTube. Sorry guys, give me a sec. Wait, what happened to the chat? Damn. Alright, I guess, I think we're having some technical difficulty here, and I will try to troubleshoot ASAP. Oh god. Okay, sorry guys, I'm not able to enable chat. I will try to do that for the next one, but Rainier and we are ready to start the tour today, and I hope you're ready for the journey as well. And we will start by introducing ourselves. Yeah, I can hear you. Sorry, I don't know what happened. It was a lot going. Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Rainier, can you hear me? Oh my god. Yeah, I can hear you. I don't know what happened to our audio. Oh my. Yeah, I can hear it. Oh my god. Can you hear me now? Oh jeez.
I can't hear you. Yeah, I don't know.
Hi guys, we're back. And the chat is back too. Thank you for staying here with us, and we're really excited to have you today. And can you guys let us know if you can hear us in the chat? And if you can see me okay, and if you can see the Minecraft server. Hello, audience. Oh, great. All right, thank you guys so much. And let's start the tour today. But before that, Ren and I would like to introduce ourselves to you guys a little bit. My name is Yuansi. I am a campus tour guide, also a fourth-year design student at UW studying industrial design. And I'm really happy today that I'm able to give you guys a tour in Minecraft. This is a kind of mind-blowing stuff to me too, and it's kind of new. Renee, take it over.
Hi everyone, my name is Renee Diaz. I'm currently a junior, double majoring in journalism and public health with an art minor. And I'm from Yakima, Washington. We're so excited to have you guys here on this platform, Minecraft, and things are looking a little different now these days with COVID, so thank you guys for joining, and we can show you guys around. It could be like a actual tour, but online, so you don't have to get up from your chair or anything.
Yeah, where are you guys tuning in from today? Are you guys in Seattle already, or you're at home? Wow, somebody just stood right in front of me trying to give me a hug. Hi, buddy. Let me step back a little, and it seems like you're sitting on me or something. I'm gonna try to jump off. Alright, I'm a free guy now. Oh, is it my voice or Renee's voice that's kind of echoey? Oops. Let me put on my headphones again to see if that will work, because last time I put on my headphone, Renee cannot hear me. Let me try that again. Can you guys hear me still? And Renee, can you hear me? Renee? Oh, great. Can you guys hear us? Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh, great. Awesome, awesome. Then let's... No, it's fine, Victoria. Thank you for joining us shortly, and enjoy your cello class. And by the way, there is a grade... Yeah, I was going to say it. And we do have lots of music majors on campus, and they have their own bands, and they usually perform at Mini Hall, and you should totally be part of it. Oh, they can't hear it anymore. Alright. Let me fix this. Oh, I think they can hear you now. I think they can hear you. Yeah, I can do that too. But wait. Okay, tell me again if you can hear Renee now or not. Uh, can you give a yes if you can hear Renee? She's waiting for your response. Can you hear her? This is kind of frustrating. Oh no. If I can hear you. Yeah, sure. Renee is gonna join you guys in the chat. And I will be just hosting by myself. I'll be a little lonely, but I'm a big girl, so it'll be fine. And I believe Renee will be picking up your questions faster than I do, which is awesome. All right, let's keep going. So, wow, where are we? Let's take a look. It looks like we're in Red Square, but what is all these busy things going on? Oh yeah, you know what? It's for the RSO fair. So I don't know if you guys are on campus now. This is what we usually have as one of the biggest thing during dog days, that all of the RSOs, which is a fancy name for clubs on campus, they usually have booths on the Red Square, and they would try to recruit new students to join their club. And do you guys want to take a guess how many clubs we have on campus? Throw out a number, please. Any guesses? Nobody wants to try? Alright, I'll reveal the number. We have more than... Oh my god, Benjamin, Tashmi, did you guys do the research already? Yeah, we have more than 800 clubs on campus. Thank you for the guest, Judah. Oh really? Wow. Okay, so last time I did an in-person tour, I told my guests that we have more than 800 clubs, and now things just went crazy. And I don't know if you guys did any clubs at your... Oh wow, thanks for the update. That's crazy. I don't know if you guys did clubs in your high school. Feel free to leave in a comment that what you did in high school and what you were hoping to do at UW, and maybe Renee and I can find some clubs for you to take a peek. But hey, look at this comedy club. I was part of it a year ago. So Renee and I can kind of share our stories being in these RSOs on campus. I joined the comedy club, I think 2 years ago, after I watched a comedy show on Netflix by my favorite comedian, Ali Wong. She is fantastic, hilarious Asian lady, and also as short as me, so I thought if she could be funny, maybe I could be too. So hoping to be funny and make people laugh, I joined the comedy club. I thought it was just a place where people talk about dad jokes all the time. But instead, people actually help each other to get better at jokes, and they actually have shows every quarter. So I think I performed at 2 shows with a comedy club, and it's kind of like a talent show. You get 5-minute slot, and you can talk about whatever, which is that is not racist or not appropriate. And to my surprise, there were so many comedians on campus, and I'm pretty sure one day if they have their own Netflix special, they'll be big. Oh yeah, I love Alamo so much. And if you like comedy, I would like to recommend a TV show to you. It's on Amazon Prime called The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. I recently just rewatched the 3 seasons. I think the 4th time. She's like a comedian in the 60s. It was really hard for women to pursue even a career, but she became a really awesome comedian, a very natural one. And I hope one day I could be like that too. Oh, jazz club. I've heard of some music clubs on campus. I personally do not know if there's a jazz club on campus. You can totally look it up at the RSO directory if you just Google it. And even if there isn't one, you can start your own club. You just need 5 friends and an application, and Renee can talk more about it because she recently just started her own club. Let's keep walking around. And yeah, and this is what it would look like if the RSO fair is on campus. And you might wonder, what is this line for? So Doc Days, for a lot of UW students, is not just lots of events, it's also lots of free stuff. This is a really famous line for free t-shirts and tote bags, usually hosted by Alaska Airlines. And you will wait in line for about 10 minutes or so. Obviously, no social distancing in the past. And they would hand you a t-shirt with a photo of a husky head on top. Be like, go dogs. Yeah, and being on Red Square, this is kind of like the central area of the campus. I have no idea what's going on right here. I think it's a portal or something. And the buildings around Red Square are probably the buildings you'll be visiting most frequently during your life at UW. And I can briefly talk about some lecture halls and some libraries, although I don't know when you'll be able to actually use them in person, but it doesn't hurt to get to know them, doesn't it? So right here, this concrete looking building. Oh, hi! Thanks for coming by and saying hi. This concrete building is called Kane Hall. It has the biggest lecture hall on campus. I don't know what classes you guys are taking the first quarter. One of my favorite classes and the most popular classes on campus is called Dinosaurs. It's held in this lecture hall. It's a 700 people class, and the professor, she is very interesting. She obviously married a British guy and transformed her accent. And I love sitting in that hall with like 600 something other people to hear about dinosaurs having upright stance, and as well as learning about dinosaurs didn't die out, they just become birds. And I was holding a chicken wrap I got from By George, which is under Odegaard Library on the left of this building, and I was like, okay, I think I might be eating the great-great-great-great-great-grandchildren of a dinosaur, and that makes me think for a little bit. And right here is Odegaard Library. You might spend a great deal of time in here because this is the only library that opens overnight. 4 days a week from Sunday to Thursday. I think that might make it 5 days. I'm not very good at math. I took Math 124 and that was the end of my math experience in my life. And I'm actually kind of glad because I don't really like math. I personally really like this library because you always see lots of students studying really hard, and it makes you work harder, and there are great areas for group studies like lounges, booths where you can work on group projects. I don't know if you guys have worked on a lot of group projects in high school, but it's a lot of, you might have a lot of these classes at UW in your college life, because it's important to learn how to collaborate with people, especially the ones that are different from you. And one of my favorite Doc Days event is called, I think it's called Dance at the Library. So one day in a year, everybody will just clean out the library and have a dance party at night. And one year I was Doc Days leader. And so I was like watching the new Huskies make sure they didn't bring in alcohol and make sure everybody's safe. And I saw some new Huskies falling asleep during the dance party while people around him were just hyped. And I took a photo. It was one of my favorite memorable moment of that Doc Days, I think 2 years ago. And you also see a lot of people gaming in Odegaard Library because we have really awesome computers with big screens on the second floor. Let's come take a look. I personally really like hanging out on the second floor because I am a design major and I do lots of graphic design stuff. So the dual monitor area with free Adobe Creative Cloud is really awesome because usually when I use it on my own computer, I have to pay like $240 a year for the subscription. But in Odegaard Library, I can just use it for free. And with two big, I think the iMac, the 27-inch screen, which is awesome. And if you want to do gaming, feel free to do so. But please save some screen for those who really want to study. And if Renee were talking with me, I believe she will want to talk about her favorite library, which is the law library. I think we'll be jumping around libraries for a little bit right now. And let me just be lazy and take a shortcut to show you guys her favorite library. I love Minecraft. Like if I were walking on campus with you guys, I have to probably walk 10 minutes to go from Odegaard to the law library. And by the time we go there, I will run out of things to say and you'll probably be bored and want to leave. But here, you just take a second and now we're in the law library. A lot of people don't know they can come to this library because on the second floor or somewhere it did say law students only, but it didn't say on the first floor. And that's actually a great place to study. Recently, Renee told me about this secret I didn't know before. Every time I came here, I just felt really guilty because I thought I wasn't supposed to be here. And because it's so beautiful on the inside, I always brought my camera to take photos. And every time the shutter clicks, like some law students would stare at me, and I feel even worse. But after I know that I can study on the first floor without being a law student, I think I would come here more often once this opens up. Yeah, that's what it looks like on the inside. This is the first floor, and when you look up, you see the sky. But unfortunately, we just say goodbye to our beautiful summer, and I think the next couple months will be kind of cloudy. Are you guys ready for the rain? It can already started. Yeah, and then I know a lot of you guys probably knew UW as the Harry Potter reading room. Why don't we go take a look? See if this tick is there. So here we are in front of the Suzzallo Library. The Harry Potter reading room is located on the third floor. But if you go from the front door, you just take the grand stairs and it's right there. The second floor is kind of skipped. It looks kind of spooky right now, but usually there's more lighting and you see lots of people taking wedding photos, graduation photos, just tourism photos, any photos on the stairs because it looks pretty. Now we're heading to the reading room. It's actually supposed to be a quiet space for students to study, but there are always people coming in from all around the world to see this beautiful reading room, hoping some magic can happen. But unfortunately, Harry Potter wasn't filmed here, and there's not much magic going on. The chandeliers is not floated; they're mounted onto the ceiling. But they do look kind of majestic, I would say. And before I came, this is actually why I came to UW in the first place. When I was in high school, I'm an international student. I grew up in Beijing. I never came here. I never did any campus tour. Some of you guys might have done campus tour with us. When you were in high school, you came with your parents, but I didn't have the chance to do that. So my only tool is Google. I just Googled University of Washington, and the first thing came up on the image page is Suzzallo Reading Room. And I was like, oh my god, that's so pretty. I think that's where I want to read books for the next 4 years of my life. And you know what? I did came here, but I did not finish a single book in that library because it was so pretty. Every time I sat down with a book in my hand, I flip a page and then I started looking around. I would stare at the glazed windows. I would stare at the lights on the ceiling, staring at the shelves, the books, even the desk, because it was all so perfect together. And then I just get so distracted, and then I fell asleep. Yeah, napping is a big part of my college life. And then one time in my English class, I wrote a paper about why Suzzallo Reading Room shouldn't be a place to study, because they were just architectural and artificial distraction all the time. It should just be a place where people meditate and admire how beautiful it is. Yeah, and actually there are a lot more libraries on campus, and not a lot of people go there. For example, I pretty much live in the art building because all art and design students are kind of like studio dirtbags. We spend too much time in our studio and our building. And there's a tiny art library kind of hidden in the art building. A lot of people just pass by it without even noticing it exists. And there are actually lots of awesome books about art. You have like huge picture books by Monet, Van Gogh, and those books you have to spend like $300 to buy. But in the art library, you can just pick it up and even check it out, and you can have those paintings. You can even check out paintings in the art library. They have, I believe, a lot. It's kind of like, I never check it out, but they're huge. I don't know why they let you check out paintings, but I guess if you want to put it on your wall and admire it for a quarter, you can do so. Another great thing about university library is you can not only check out books from them, you can also check out books from their friends. So if UW doesn't have books that you want, you can check it out from Gonzaga University, Seattle University, and other university in the network, as long as they're friends with us. And you don't need to log into anything else, just use your UW Net ID on the library at .uw.edu, and you can check out whatever you want. Where should we go next? That's lots of book talks. I know I'm a big nerd, and I love talking about books so much. Alright, so actually before we head out from the Suzzallo Library, there is a huge Starbucks right in the library. This is a pretty popular one, and every time I came here, there's a really long line, so it's not really my favorite spot to get coffee, but it's definitely pretty to take a peek in if you have the chance to. And I think both Renee and I were kind of more into tea than coffee. I don't know about you guys. Do you guys like coffee or tea? If you like coffee, what's your favorite? If you like tea, what's your go-to? And maybe we can recommend some coffee spots on campus for you. I think Renee and I, we both really like the hidden gem called Parnassus on the basement of the art building. It's really tiny, not great for quarantine, of course. But after this, you can, let's go to let's take a look at the art building. Hey, we're in front of art building. This is my home. Welcome home. So art building is located at the end of the quad and cherry trees right next to the music building. And I don't think the interior of our building in Minecraft is being built, so we can just stick around and talk about Parnassus. Parnassus is a tiny, tiny, tiny cafe. And they kind of only hire our student to be their barista, so you know the vibe. And I love two things from Parn. One is their sweet chai. It's good both hot and iced. It tastes like milk if you like milk. And you can order it with different kind of milk. I usually just do whole milk because I love milk. And another thing I love is bagels. They probably have the cheapest bagels on campus. My favorite flavor is probably either pizza or jalapeno. And they also just have plain, sesame, and lots of varieties. But you gotta go there early. They usually sell out their bagels to our students by 9:30. So go before 9. You probably will get something that you want. Yeah. And if you are waiting in line, and you can just pick up the sketchbook they have on the counter and doodle. And there are lots of great and weird and awesome doodles already in the 2 books. And pick it up and take a look. Maybe you'll find some treasures in there. Where should we go next? Renee, do you want to talk about some other coffee places on campus? I personally also kind of like By George. By George is I recently renamed By George from By George to By George to say goodbye to George Washington's statue. But that's a personal thing. It's not related to CVP. Oh, did I take it off? Let's go to Meeting Hall then. It's probably show us where By George is. Yeah, so remember Odegaard Library? So under Odegaard Library is By George. It's called By George because it's right next to the George Washington statue. I think in support of Black Lives Matter movement, the Minecraft team removed the statue. I personally support that, but it's not a CVP thing. I mean, my opinion is not associated with the CVP. Don't take that too seriously anyways. So at By George, there is a food court under it. I actually got my favorite food on campus here all the time, which is wraps. They have barbecue chicken wraps, vegan wraps, and in their chicken wraps, they use popcorn chicken. So if you like popcorn chicken, why do people keep landing on me? No, dude, leave me alone. Thank you. I really like those wraps, and they are huge. I usually can split that wrap into 2, and I will be good for lunch and dinner. But the only setback is they open, I think, until 1:30, so you gotta get there early. And at the cafe area, you can get coffee, you can get bakeries, and right next to it is a smoothie station. If you like smoothie, I think that's one of the only 2 smoothies places on campus, and the other one is an IMA, which we'll go later if you guys are interested in seeing the gym on campus. Yeah, and oh, the Henry Art Gallery Cafe. Yeah, so for those who don't know, UW is not just a computer science university. We also have lots of other things like art. And the Henry Art Gallery is something that I am very proud of, because we always have really high quality artist residents and their shows. And there's a really small and cozy cafe on the basement level. I don't know why for art building kind of thing, the cafe is always in the basement. It's probably want to like just be confusing to find, so most people don't find out about it, so it doesn't get too crowded. That's my 2 cents. Yeah, and now we're in the Henry Art Gallery. Oh, they actually put up some art I don't think we can see the cafe from here, but they usually have really sweet soup. I mean, not sweet, but like nice soup for you on a rainy autumn day or winter. And they always have some cute sandwiches, coffee. They also have chai, I believe. Yeah. And over there is our West Campus. Are any of you guys living on campus right now? Just recently moved into your residence halls? Anyone? Or are you guys just studying and taking online classes from home remotely? Where are you guys? I'm in Seattle, and I'm curious where you are. Oops. I just accidentally dropped a block. I don't know how to pick up the trash that I just left. But leave no trace. Oh, cool. Are you in a dorm, Benjamin? Yay, guys. Welcome to UW. I don't know how your dorm life has been so far, but it reminds me of my first 2 years on campus. So when I first got to UW, I lived in the North Campus. Actually, I can show you guys. So my first dorm is called Haggett Hall. It's called Haggett Hall because all of the rooms are in a hexagon shape. It's very interesting. And we also just joked about the dorm just looked like a prison in general, but it's actually really fun. My favorite thing about living here is my cluster mate. So on each floor we have a residential advisor and just the whole floor of kids. And to my surprise, like we became really close-knit, and 2 of our squad are getting married next year in Hawaii. It was so amazing to see them just not knowing each other and start talking and playing BS when I think the first night we all moved in right before Late Night Carnival and the Quad Flicks, which don't exist anymore. Sad. But I still remember the day when he told us that he wants to tell the girl that he likes her, and like when we were watching TV in the lounge, I saw him reaching his arm like discreetly behind her chair as if he was holding her back. Right now it was like, I think it could be a little cringe, but who cares? They graduated together and they got engaged last year and they're getting married next year. It's one of the things that always made me awe, and I'm really glad I got to see that happen from start to finish. And I hope it's a I can't speak English. It's happily ever after story. And my second year, I lived in the dorm right next to it called McMahon Hall. Oh my god, what am I walking into? Oh, no, I'm falling. No. Take me to McMahon, please. Alright. I'm having trouble getting out. Let me out, please. Anyways, we're inside of my dorm. So this place looks more like a jail for some reason, and there's this mystery claim, I would call it a rumor actually, that it's not a rumor. I think it's true that Ted Bundy once lived here when he was a student on campus. For those who don't know who Ted Bundy was, he's a serial killer. He died. He came to UW was his UW student, killed a bunch of women who looked like his fiance. Pretty terrible, but makes good story. Netflix had a movie about him, I think 2 years ago. And the main character is the guy who he's Troy in High School Musical. I don't know if you guys are too young to watch High School Musical, but it was like a thing that my generation watched in our high school. Oh, he lived in Elm? Really? Elm exists that early? Yeah, I heard he lived in McMahon, and he lived on the 9th floor or something. And before I moved in, because I didn't know what room I would be in, I was really, really nervous that I might live in the Ted Bundy room. But you know what's even funnier? So after my sophomore year, I moved out into a house near Greek Row, and my housemate told me that Ted Bundy once lived here. So I guess wherever I go, there will be a Ted Bundy legend. And I mean, it's not that scary that you might live in a house where a serial killer once lived, because you never know what people are actually like, especially those you live with. Oh, did I just drop something? I mean, the truth. Alright, let's get out of the Ted Bundy mystery, shall we? And what do you guys want to know about UW? Or do you guys have any questions, anything you want to see? If not, I would like to take you to actually one of Renee's favorite spots on campus. It means a lot to her, but it's too bad that she can't tell you the story herself, but I'll do my best to tell you guys the story that she told me yesterday about the blocked out monument. So if you're just wandering on campus one day and you're like walking out of Allen Library, heading towards Mary Gates Hall, you might see this weird sculpture on campus. It's to my left right now. Let's see if I can fly into the sky and give you guys a bird's eye view. Oh, you can see my shadow. Alright, I think it's a pretty good viewpoint. I will pause here. So here we are at the blocked out monument. You might be wondering, why is it called blocked out and why is it a monument? It might be kind of weird to have a monument without a significant story, but hear me out. So blocked out monument was initially an art project that was in, I believe 2005. Two students of color created a sculpture to respond to the issue on campus that they felt like they're not being heard. So they created this 3-part sculpture. There's a block, there is weird cut grass, and there is this stone bench. You might be wondering, what does it all mean? So let's look at it in a different perspective. If we look closely, let's see if we can do that. Okay, not really here, but in the actual monument, there are footprints on the concrete block, and the grass are shaped in a sound wave form, and the bench is in a year's shape. I also asked this question to my group, what do you think it looks like from a bird's eye view? And that was a question mark. So the meaning behind the sculpture is anyone on the campus can stand on this block and their voice will be carried over to the ear of the school. So everybody will be heard. If you have anything to say and if you are trying to express yourself, to speak up for other people or for yourself, you should do it, and we support it. And that kind of leads to the diversity effort that UW makes. And Renee, feel free to post some awesome resources in the chat for our new students to check out. So we have lots of great resources on campus, especially in the Miragis Hall that's right next to the monument. For example, we have OMAD, Office of Affairs of Diversity and Minority, and we have the Q Center for our queer students. We have Disability and Resources Center, and lots of other resources for students to seek help if they need any, and to celebrate the diversity on campus. I feel like diversity is a kind of word being kind of abused these days because anything can be diversity. And before I came to UW, actually upperclassmen told me what she loved the most about UW is diversity. But at the time, I was 17 years old and I didn't know what diversity was because I grew up in China and everybody just looked like me and they just kind of think like me. But after I came here, I made friends with people who look completely different from me, who think very different from me, and who fight with me, and who disagree with me. Actually, it felt really good when people disagree with me because my whole life people agreed with me, and it doesn't feel that good. So I really like the fact that I get to be friends with people from different backgrounds, and I just really appreciate I get to hear different voices at UW. And it's kind of a luxury now. Yeah, I think we're almost 15 minutes in the tour today. And I'll take you guys to 2 or 3 more stops and then let you guys go to some other great Dog Days events and hopefully get some dinner. Maybe it's too early for dinner. And then if we keep going on from the Block Dog Monument, you will see Mount Rainier just in a second. I'm walking kind of slow. Yeah, and usually on a cloudy day, it's kind of hard to see Mount Rainier. Have you guys been there yet? It's the biggest volcano in Washington State, and you can see it in lots of places inside and outside Seattle. And University of Washington kind of have the airway, so you can see Mount Rainier if the day is nice. But because we're in Minecraft, we can just teleport ourselves to there. And usually on a cloudy day, what I would do on a tour is, all right, everybody, please hold your hand up, form a triangle, and look, that's where Mount Rainier would be. And here you see Mount Rainier. But today, I'd like to take you guys to Mount Rainier for a brief second. Ta-da! Hey, we're at Mount Rainier. So if Renee is talking with me, she would take over the mic and be like, I want to talk about the hiking scene in Seattle, because she's a huge fan of hiking and outdoor. Mount Rainier is one of the hiking spots that you kind of have to go if you're really into hiking, especially the snow hiking part of it. But there are also so many great hikes in Washington State, and even in Oregon State is pretty close by. I personally really like to go to Eastern Washington because my boyfriend grew up there and he knows lots of hikes that a lot of people in Western Washington didn't know of, but because of COVID happened, everybody just went everywhere. So every weekend we try to go to some places hoping there's not much people, but the car would be parking on the freeway. It's crazy. But when it's not that popular, you can just go with some friends and get some carpool. And there are some popular and short hikes near Seattle, like Poo Poo Point, Rattlesnake Ridge, and if you want to go a little further, you can do Mount Rainier, you can do Lake 22. There's so many, I don't even remember the names. It's like if you're just driving on I-90 or Highway 2, stop anywhere where you see a entrance and go hike. And you can also go camping, and in summertime I really love go paddleboarding and kayaking, and there's so many great lakes. And in Eastern Washington there are lots of lakes that's formed by melting glacier, so it's super blue and green and super beautiful, just like jade. And Seattle is also very famous for skiing in winter, so if you're a huge snow fan, please don't miss out. You will have so much fun here. All right, let's go back to campus. Yay, great, we're back. So this is Drumheller Fountain, and if you come to this area, be aware of geese and ducks. The geese on campus can be really aggressive sometimes. One of my tour guides once told me that one time on his tour, a goose attacked him and bit him on the leg. And he has the skinniest leg I've ever seen, so it must be very painful. All right now we are at Sylvan Grove. So if you could have your orientation on campus, your A&O leader will take you to this sacred garden and tell you about the story of 4 columns. So they stand for life, loyalty, industry, faith, and efficiency, the 4 core values of UW, and you will touch the one that you resonate the most with, and then by the time you graduate, you will come here again before you go to your commencement at Husky Stadium and touch the same column to finish your education. Which column would you touch? And there's also a really funny story that happened here almost 100 years ago. So in 1929, one day the president of UW was walking around here feeling poetic or just feeling good, and then suddenly he saw a couple spooning behind one of those columns, and he felt so pissed that he issued a kissing ban on campus. So if you were a UW student in 1929, you cannot kiss your boyfriend or girlfriend on campus. I wonder how that policy went, but it sort of just went away as time goes, and I don't know if anyone actually got punished by that. But it's pretty funny to know that the liberal University of Washington once had a kissing ban. Yeah, I think that's the tour today. Thank you guys so much for joining us for a great and fun 1 hour to get to know about UW and letting us share our personal stories, showing some secret spots that we really like, about coffee, about other places. And we're really glad to have you guys join the pack. Welcome to UW and the start of your amazing next 4 years. And we're sure you're gonna enjoy your life here and make so many friends, find out about what you're passionate about, develop your passion, and become just really happy. But to note that college life is hard. It kicks your ass all the time. It makes you doubt yourself, make you feel bad, make you wonder if it's all worth it. But as a person who's been here for 4 years, I think it's worth it, including all the self-doubt and frustration. And I'm really proud to be a Husky, and I hope you too. Thank you guys so much for your time, and thank you for being patient, especially when we first started. There was so much technical difficulty. And if you guys ever want to come back for the future events, and we'll definitely make Renee talk next time, we'll figure it out, and we will have different content so you don't have to bear with us talking about the same thing all the time. Feel free to drop by next time. We will have this tour on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 4 p.m. And hopefully one day, maybe you can become a campus tour guide like us. We'll see. And feel free to join, if you have a Minecraft account, and feel free to hop on to Udubminecraft server. If you just go to udubminecraft.com, they have a really holistic tutorial on how you do it, and you can come to the server and explore the campus yourself. Thank you guys so much. My name is Yuansi and my partner is Renee. We're really glad you were here, and have a great weekend.